Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. Hope everyone's been out and about and enjoyed the weather like I did. It was absolutely Baltic today. I was up the Walton and Caredale Junior Football League. Yesterday was at the North Liverpool JFL League. Amazing, honestly, but cold weather. I thought it was cold yesterday, it was Baltic today, watched a couple of games, but at the end of the day, had to give up because obviously I'm full of cold. Not man flu, no, I'll just get on with it. But the runny nose the other day was just like a tap, as we all know when we get a cold. And then today just sort of coughing a little bit. But so I decided to go a little bit earlier than normal. Normally I'd have stayed most of the day, but the staff were great at Walton and Caredale JFL as always. And the committee were working hard, making sure that all the games were on, and was talking to one or two referees as well. Good games, everyone was freezing around and about. Kids were enjoying themselves, they keep warm because they're running around, and it wasn't too bad for them. And the rain kept off. Whether it comes down later on today and we all get soaked, but it is cold, but we can't grumble. No, we can't, and I don't know where they got this cold from. I really don't. But anyway, there was loads of REFspect on and off the field of play. I enjoyed it yesterday, enjoyed it today. Apologies for the John O'Leary Winter League as well there. I didn't get up there, but obviously I will do. I'll make an effort. Hopefully next week we'll get up there and we'll have a little chat and get back on track, and especially with the REFspect, and make sure that everyone is working hard towards reaching our goal, and that our goal is to make sure that every referee is secure when they go to grassroots football. And what I mean by secure is they're left alone and let them just officiate on their own. You don't need to step in and start telling them and give them guidelines. They know the job, and if they do make a mistake, you just get on with it. It's kids football, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to lose the will to live. It really isn't. You just need to let those kids play as well. And honestly, the game I was at today was brilliant. Honestly, watched my grandson, and it was a very close game indeed. And the kids under 10s, brilliant. No animosity, just getting on with the game. And when you say a tough challenge went in, they got up, they got on with it, and they played the game. And that's what it's all about. Everyone was enjoying it. It was a good game. I really did. Very close, as I say, honestly. And it was good to watch, but it was Baltic, and I was looking around and about as well, and you could see everyone was wrapped up warm and keeping warm. And a lot of women were walking around saying, "Oh my God, it's freezing." And it is. The body can't take that much, can it really? You have to go and keep warm and make sure you're all wrapped up and you get through the day. Put your TV on, put your feet up and just relax. And if there's any good films on, just watch them and have a little doze. That's what it's all about after you've been to grassroots football. And no mums, if they've gone there, they come home, they cook all the dinner and make sure all the family's well fed and watered. So well done to all the mums there as well. Who there was plenty of mums out there watching the games over the weekend, and obviously we enjoyed it. So all you mums, you must know all about REFspect. And what we want, you can start the ball rolling yourselves, getting hold of the kids, telling the kids that you want them to protect your referee when he goes on the field of play, or she goes onto the field of play. And honestly, you can see them, there's plenty of female referees around and about now. They're all getting on there and they're all doing their jobs well. So you just leave the kids to play, let the referees officiate on their own. That's all we ask you to do. And on the 12th, the 18th and 25th of May, and it was great to have young Dan in the studio from Friday and Saturday, and I'm sure you've all enjoyed his shows as well. He talks it really, he's unreal. He's the DXTL ambassador for Don't Cross the Line as well, don't forget. And he's improved, he's took up refereeing because of the work that we've done with referees over the years. Honestly, he was like that when he come, and now he towers over me. He's 6'3", I think he said he is. My God, and he's 16 years of age. But what an attitude, his personality is second to none. and he gets on great with everyone. He knows how to treat people. As a youngster, he's been there, he played in goal at grassroots football. Wasn't for him, as he said, so we took up officiating through us, through the campaign, through myself, listening to everything that we talk about, and he's become one of these brilliant referees, and I just hope that young Dan will go on and achieve things and keep up with it. I really, really do, because he doesn't need motivating. He's in a competition, he was telling us all about it, in Sweden. You know, wow, a world tournament, that is worldwide tournament for grassroots football, and he is going, he's representing England and representing Don't Cross the Line, and no doubt the county FA. Well, he will do, as we said to Tony and Matt, give him some freebies, let him take something over there. He's keen, wants to be involved, and you never know what sort of official he will become in the future. So let's get behind the REFspect awareness campaign. Just before we go on about REFspect, obviously we were talking, myself and Dan forecast the scores, and you know, both of us went for 3-1 for Liverpool Football Club. I went for 2-0, I think Dan went for 2-1 there against Everton and Leeds. But 3-1, to be honest, I couldn't understand, and I really couldn't understand how we were 2 goals down. It's just one of those things that's following Liverpool all this season. I don't know what it is, and are the players feeling sorry for themselves? I really don't know. It's always coming from mistakes, silly mistakes, but goals are going in. We're not getting away with it. And you know, everyone's saying, oh, you got away with it last year, that's why you won the league. Now, come on, we were outstanding, except for once we won that league, we were terrible. And it's carried on into this season, because I always say, champions should go out there and prove that they are champions, why they were champions. And I think it failed after every game after we won that Premier League last season. No one's counting back on that, but have a little look at the scores and feast on them if you would. But we don't know what's happened. We look like we're going to really take it by storm again and start our run and start playing the game and scoring goals. And then this happens, you know, you look at it, and I don't know why. I wouldn't say every Liverpool fan is having a go at Arne Slot, the manager. You've got to give him that chance, because he'd be the world beater. Don't forget, if Liverpool Football Club go on and win the Champions League, what would you all say? Because the Champions League is really loved in Liverpool. It is by Liverpool football fans, and to me, I think that is the hardest trophy in the world to win as well. And it's great, because all the world competes, well, not all the world, Europe competes in that, doesn't it? You know, and that's what we want, the best teams in Europe, and you're taking them on. And you know, people are saying the best team in the world. Now, Pep Guardiola has said Arsenal's the best team in the world at the moment. I wouldn't say in the world, because you're not playing the world, are you? You know, in Europe, I think he means. But then again, they can fail. Every team fails. Liverpool have just failed more than most, and that's what it is. Every other team seems to be scoring goals and holding on, and you know, the last minute goals that we're conceding, we were doing that last year. We were scoring them because we've never given up. This time, we seem to be giving up at the end. If you put extra time on them, you know, we fought back from 2-0 down, and we thought, or I thought at least, we're going to come on and we're going to win it, because they seemed up for it then and they wanted to win. But I don't know where Bournemouth found all that energy from, because if you looked at them against Brighton the week before, they were down on the knees, they had no subs, and suddenly they got loads of subs on the bench and they were all coming on making a difference on the game. Didn't need to use any of the kids. And they all lifted the game, and they seemed to have more running in them than us by the end. They were just not giving up. At 2-2, as their manager said, they played better. It gave them a little bit of fight. We should have been on top. If we'd have got it back to 2-2 like most teams, then it's always that team who's on top and they look more likely to score. But it changed, it went to the other way around, and there was mistakes there. And Virg, who normally doesn't let us down, put a foot wrong, was probably, you know, not himself, not the best he was and has been over the last few games, but he can only get better. And to be honest, I don't know whether anyone saw it, but my opinion was that goal, his second goal was offside. It had to be. I couldn't believe how quick the decision was made and the shoulder played him on. There was no lines drawn, it was over, and all the pundits were saying, but if you looked at those camera angles, he was well off. And I don't know why the pundits and the cameras didn't go back to it, because if it was the other way around, they'd still be going on about it now, that goal was offside, and they can't understand, and why they didn't get questions. I really, really can't understand why we didn't see the lines, but at the end of the day, it counted, and we lost the game 3-2. Now, I'm not moping around, I really hope that those days have gone where we're talking to the friends, and I've got a good friend, and we always talk about banter, Liverpool and Everton fans, and that's what it is. And I'm past caring about now. You look a little bit disappointed that you lose, but you get on with it now, and you start thinking to yourself, do you know what? It's a game of football. Don't own the club, have no part in it. Go to watch them now and again when I get time to go and watch them, but at the end of the day, those players are on an absolute fortune. And like most, are they really, really bothered because the wages that they're picking up? You know, you go to work, your normal 7-day-a-week job, that's what we all do, and you've got to, there's non-stop, you get a 15-minute break after 6 hours work that out, you know, and 30 minutes for the rest of the day, dinner, but you don't get paid for it. You don't. What break do you get after a 45-minute play, 15-minute break, running around? Wow, 15-minute break after 45 minutes, when the likes of us have all got to work 6 hours for that. Now, has anyone ever seen that the repair shop? I think it's brilliant, and I was thinking the other day to take Liverpool there and just repair them. I think it'd be brilliant. Why not? But then again, you know, it's one of those things. We come Karabakh, I think we're playing on Wednesday, and I'm sure we'll beat them, qualify for the top 8, and maybe go on and win it, because we can only get better. There's got to be players coming back from injury. Joe Gomez was injured, and we're going on about this, and just let me finish this before we go back into grassroots football. I could have swore I saw that referee telling Joe to get off the pitch or go off the pitch. Now, if he was injured and we're going to replace him, why did he not stay on the pitch? Why did the referee march him off? I'm not too sure. Does anyone notice that? And all we're doing is getting slated for not making a substitution. And they were on top. You can't knock it. Liverpool were on top. If they went on and scored a goal, wow, that would have been great. But the goal, my honest opinion, was offside. You've got to look at it. And if it was Liverpool, Everton, Manchester United, whoever it might have been, I'd have swore that goal was offside. But you'd get all the lines drawn, and the pundits would all be going on about it. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. All they done was show a picture, shoulder on, they playing them on. And honestly, if you look at it closely, you're well off. But we're not going to hear much about that, because Bournemouth won. We don't want to take anything away from them. It wasn't Liverpool, it was the other way around. They'd still be going on about it now, that the goal was offside. So why wasn't it given? And we know, and I just, you know, have a look yourself and make your honest opinion. And as I just said, I'm probably impartial. I don't like to see players falling over, diving, when, you know, even that little Rio, he could have gone down, and they're all saying he should have gone down for a penalty. So what are we saying now? Referees will not give a penalty if you don't go down. I don't know, because that's what they're all saying, go down. But I thought a penalty could be given if a player stays on his feet. It's not a penalty if you stay on your feet, but there was a kick there. You saw it, holding his hands up. Rio, it makes it more, I suppose, look like a penalty if he goes down. But he's only young, and he didn't have the experience to go down by the looks of it. He just wanted to carry on. And that's what his teammates, his experienced teammates, would have said, you know, you should have gone down for it. But I don't believe him, you should have gone down. If it's a foul, whether you're on your feet or not, it's a foul. Give a pen. blow the whistle or VAR, look at it and say, well, look, they caught him, because many penalties have been given, and because the player goes over, that's the only time. So we say now VAR will not look at it unless a player falls over or goes down. I'm not too sure. Please get your feedback into me. I'm hoping not sounding biased, but I just see, yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, but if it was any other, I'd pinpoint that as well. I'm all for good football. That's why we're there week in, week out, watching the kids. You don't see anything like that. And if the child was fouled like that, you'd give a penalty in grassroots football, I swear to you. So let's just hope we can carry on and go on a winning streak again. Get rid of those 13s and looking for some out the way, and the players get themselves back to fitness, because I'm fed up with hearing low blocks. There was no low blocks there yesterday, and I'm also fed up with we need a rest, and we've got to rest the players. There's a lot of games to play. There's a lot of games to play if you're in things, if you're challenging for trophies. It's no good resting players just to play week in, week out, and look at them and say, do you know what, I'm considering these players for next year. Doesn't make sense to me. That's what they're paid for, to go out and do their job. We're all done that. I wish I could be mollycoddled in work. I really, really do. How are you feeling like this? I probably won't be 100% to go back to work next week, but I've got to get on with it. I've got to get on with it. There's no one making excuses for me. So there you go. And I need a rest, but I'm not going to get a rest. Anyway, grassroots football, brilliant, and it's great to be out there watching Saturday and Sunday, the kids giving 110%, win, lose or draw. And that's what I'm only asking Liverpool Football Club to do, and every other team. Big wages, go out there and enjoy it and play your game. And yeah, it is a job, it's a business, so you're supposed to be there and doing that. And do you know what, has anyone seen that series, Landman, about the oil refineries and what have you in Texas? Mega money there, honestly. I was thinking of dropping everything and going to work there on the oil rigs in Texas, or start buying a gallon of oil and start selling on the street corners, because they're throwing money round left, right and centre. There's no object of money there. That's how it works in oil. Dear me, can't believe it. But what a series it was. I think I watched 20 episodes, and then watch more when you're sitting there relaxing because you're carrying a cold or you don't feel too well. But anyway, have a little look at it, and if anyone is as old as me, remember Dallas. Well, I think it's a souped up Dallas, that's me. And it's more, not your sort of, loving and drama style. There's a little bit of action in there and more violence, it's supposed to make it souped up. But it's just probably on the same lines as well, all glamorous women in there and things like this, and everyone's got money and everyone's got an oil hat, or they're all rotten with oil, they're all going out into towns and things like that, they're all covered in oil and what have you. But there's money in oil. We've got none here in oil, but I tell you what, our petrol prices, I tell you what, I wonder how much their petrol is over there in Texas. It must be about 20 pence a gallon, must be. Dear me. Anyway, have a little look at it. Honestly, it is good, I must admit. The acting's great, and there's a lot of Cuban in there as well. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. And I think Series 3 is coming out now. I was on to Series 2. But yeah, very enjoyable. And good storylines, I suppose. But it's all about the money. And that's what I think football is. Professional football is all about the money. Is it really about the fans enjoying it? You can't understand. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad games maybe, but not throughout the season. And that goes for any team as well. Anyway, what we're talking about here is REFspect. Don't forget, we're doing that ref plan for each and every one of you out there. Support Don't Cross the Line REFspect Awareness Weekend, 12th, 18th, 25th of April. And what we're doing on the ref plan, the ref plan is standing, now remember, ref plan, so it's REFspect, encouragement, friendship. Put those 3 starting words, letters together, ref it stands for. So we're putting a ref plan together, and what we mean by that, we want all the kids, all the teams to get involved and try and win your team a nice little prize. And we're going to, obviously, at the end of April, that's when we'll get the results out. But what could you do to make your game better? What could you do to make that referee smile and enjoy themselves coming when they come onto your game or anyone else's game? Come up with an idea, come up with a plan yourself, come up with a ref plan. And you could use those words: REFspect, encouragement, friendship, ref. So put your own plan together as a team, as an individual effort. Do a poster, photographs, handshakes. What could you do to make the game better for the referee? There you go. Let's put that together. Managers, coaches, encourage your kids to get involved in this, because we want to make those 3 weekends the referees' weekends, that you care. Show them you care. Show them that you want them to turn up week in, week out to officiate your game. Make a difference. Thank you so much for tuning in to the show this weekend. I hope you enjoyed the company of Dan Friday and Saturday. I certainly did, here in the studio. He'll be back again this coming Friday, hopefully with a lot more to offer, more stories and more individual efforts that we're doing with Don't Cross the Line. And it's great to see everyone who's going to get involved, and I can't wait to contact them all and say, right, we're up and running, please get together with us, we're ready for it. So please look out for whatever we're doing, and please get involved with us, man, at don't.The.com. And if you want a message to Dan, please info@don't.The.co.uk. We're all ears, we're all ready, we're all going, raring to go. So please contact us if you want to get involved, especially with the ref plan. Contact us first and foremost on the email, and then we'll go from there and we'll be in touch. In the meantime, whenever you're out and about, loads of respect on and off the field of play, and loads of encouragement. That's what we want. Let the kids play and leave the referees to officiate week in, week out. We'll see you this coming Friday. Thank you once again for tuning into the shows. We'll be back on Friday around about 6 p.m. From myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, Heart of Gold initiatives, No Ref, No Game, one step ahead on mental health, because we'll be contacting everyone who's involved with our project and mental health. Especially, it was great to see Jay and Dan this morning as well. They're going to be part of everything that we do. In the meantime, put your feet up, relax and enjoy what you're doing today, and have a great week, and we'll see you Friday. Cheerio for now. Bye.